Hello, it's Piper, Clown, and ASM Artist. Today I'm going to continue reading from A Field Guide to Lucid Dreaming, specifically the chapter about combating nightmares, which I have personally successfully done with lucid dreaming. Alright, chapter 15, Diffusing Nightmares. The quote is by Gandhi: "Fear has its use, but cowardice has none." Evil gremlins, masked psychopaths, satanic witches, mutated zombie brains, little girls climbing out of wells. We'll happily pay good money for one of these popcorn flicks to feel like we're getting chased by a chainsaw-wielding maniac or some other monster. We love to get the crap scared out of us. But when these dark figures show up in our dreams, it gets a little too real. Nightmares are the dark underbelly of the dream world, bringing out intense feelings of fear, terror, distress, or anxiety. By the way, if you have a clown phobia, you're probably not still watching, but if you are, I'm proud of you because this is great exposure therapy. Back to the book. And nightmares don't just happen when we're young. About 5 to 10% of adults have at least one or more nightmares a month. In a study of 439 German students, an average of about 2 nightmares per month were reported, a statistic backed up by a separate study of Chinese students. Whether you're being chased, attacked, intimidated, or find yourself suddenly naked in public, nightmares are always emotionally charged. Even after you wake, your heart is still racing and your stomach is twisted in a tight knot. You may tell yourself it was just a dream, but the physical and emotional toll it takes on you is very real. Dreams serve as internal status reports. They reflect how we are feeling in our waking life, so it makes sense that stress, illness, troubled relationships, or traumatic events can manifest themselves as dark forces come nighttime. If we have been avoiding something in our daily lives, it will soon find a means to get our attention. Nightmares might also be our subconscious's response to physical conditions such as illness, fever, medication, the use of certain drugs, or rapid withdrawal of them, upcoming life changes, pregnancy, financial concerns, or a change in jobs. Fortunately, it's possible to completely vanquish a nightmare in a lucid dream. Like a bomb squad disarming a landmine, in this chapter we'll teach you how to diffuse your nightmares, while also bringing you in on a little secret: how to use nightmares as a shortcut to becoming lucid. Nocturnal demons can be so frightening that some people consciously commit to forgetting and repressing all of their dreams, ignoring these urgent messages. If you are such a person, don't you worry. This chapter will give you the simple tools you need. Subchapter title: Integration of our shadow elements. Although it might not seem like it, our nightmares are not trying to scare us. They are trying to get across an important message. Carl Jung refers to nightmares as shadow elements. He believed that they are the missing parts of ourselves. Nightmares seem to reflect undesirable aspects of our psyches that we have unconsciously rejected, disowned, or denied. Like neglected puppies, they just want to be loved and embraced, accepted back into our lives. In Jung's eyes, if we accept our nightmares and integrate them into our psyches, we'll be on the way towards becoming whole and balanced people. In waking life, we try to overcome our fears. If you were to overcome a fear of heights, for example, the resolution of your phobia would open up more possibilities and a fuller, richer life. Finally, you can take that trip to the Grand Canyon. Resolving nightmares works in the same way. By solving the problems of the dream and facing what's plaguing you, the result is more freedom, less internal conflict, and a more balanced perspective. The longer your nightmares stay hidden in your subconscious, the more damage they'll do. You can deal with nightmares during the day by talking about them with your friends and family, or by writing them down in your journal. Acknowledging them in your daily life is the first step in treating them, letting the sun fill in the darker shadows. You can also vanquish them at night while lucid. Our dreams might not be the first place our demons show up, but luckily they can be the last. Using lucidity to face a nightmare. In a nightmare, we lack a sense of control. Lucid dreaming is an empowering tool to face nightmares and heal through them. In fact, for the Onironaut, nightmares are a perfect springboard to trigger lucidity. Running away from something or being scared for your life, these situations can actually serve as dream signs. Therefore, next time you find yourself in hot pursuit or mortally afraid, ask yourself if you're dreaming. Stephen LaBerge tells us of one such event in his book, Exploring the World of Lucid Dreaming. He was on the phone with his 7-year-old niece when she told him of a horrible dream. She was swimming in a local reservoir when a shark attacked her. LaBerge, being the maverick lucid dreamer that he is, told his niece that the next time she sees a shark, she'll know she's inside a dream. Since nothing bad can happen in dreams, she could make friends with the shark. A week later, his niece called back. "Do you know what I did? I rode on the back of that shark." Sometimes nightmares are standard hero and danger narratives. Other times there is no actual antagonist, but just a pervasive feeling of anxiety or dread. We've all had the dream where we're late to a class, there's an essay due tomorrow, or a tooth falls out. It will never grow back. Or we're naked in public. It's not the subject matter that turns a dream into the nightmare. It's the feeling you get while trapped inside the dream. No matter what kind of nightmare it is, the only way to get rid of it completely is to face it head on. Once challenged, your hostile dream figure or feeling will usually lose its power and diminish in size, becoming as harmless as a kitten. According to the Sonoy people of Malaysia, when we confront a nightmare, we conquer it. Now that it's diffused, as a lucid dreamer, you can question the once shadowy figure. Normally, dreams speak to us in the language of symbols and metaphors, but if you bluntly ask the nightmare what its purpose is, often it will clearly state with words what it was trying to tell you with metaphors. Chat away with your demons and discover their hidden messages. Going toe-to-toe with a nightmare. Tips for facing your fears. In the red corner, weighing in at well over 2,000 pounds, the heavyweight champion of nightmares, the beast from the east, the skeleton in your closet, repressed and back for revenge, Mr. Demon Bear. And in the blue corner, the mind behind it all, the creator of the dream itself, lucid and ready to tackle the Dream Explorer. Ding ding! Here are some tips on how to deliver the KO, the knockout punch. Wherever you go, there you are. In horror movies, the damsel who runs upstairs never makes it out alive. Don't get clever and think that you can run away from your nightmares. Many people then think they can outsmart their nightmares by flying away or switching dream scenes. Remember this saying, wherever you go, there you are. Even if you fly across the ocean to another planet or change the dream completely, your nightmare will often manifest itself wherever you are. Recurring nightmares happen when we continually run from the same fear. If it has an important message, your subconscious is not going to quit until it has delivered it. 2. Pulling the cord. Many people feel relieved when they wake themselves up just before a nightmare gets too close, which is always an option. Imagine you've got a parachute strapped to your back. You can yank on the cord at any time and a tether will pull you back to the waking world, safe and sound. Phew, will it dodge? So when you encounter a nightmare, why not just wake yourself up every time? Imagine that your kitchen stove caught fire and burst into flames. Would you move into the living room, leave the TV on, and pretend nothing is wrong? Sooner or later, your stove will burn down the entire house. Continuously escaping from parts of yourself that demand to be heard can be harmful to both your dream life and your waking life. When we repress these messages, we repress our self-awareness. We're left with an unresolved conflict, like a cough that won't go away. With that said, if things get too intense and you need to get out to collect yourself, remember you can always pull the cord. 3. Know you are safe. That bothersome beast, person, or object cannot actually hurt you. In fact, you'll be doing more harm to yourself by running away from it. If your nightmare is acting like a bully and physically threatening you, it's all talk, just like a dog biting its own tail. What you're really battling is a part of yourself. Love thy nightmare. 4. Don't change the dream, change yourself. When lucid, the goal isn't to control the situation or the nightmare. Attempting to quarantine or kill it will just make it angry. Aggression, according to the lucid dreamer Paul Boyle, will often make the nightmarish figure stronger. And it makes sense. You're playing right into its power by thinking that it has power. Focus on your own emotions and release the positive and loving feelings towards your nightmare. This might sound very difficult, but under the guise of lucid dreaming and with total awareness, calmly focus on changing yourself, not the dream. What emotions are you feeling? Let go of anxiety and fear and watch as that gruesome demon bear transforms into a cute teddy. 5. Enlist some reinforcements. If you don't want to face your fears alone, we don't blame you. Lucky for you, there are plenty of people on your side in the dream world. Call upon an ally or a guide to help you tag team your peaceful confrontation. Perhaps you want King Arthur to watch your back, or enlist Gandhi to talk things out. You can conjure a guide with a strong intention or incubation, see chapter 17. Or instead of finding a dream character to help, you can use your own superpowers to build up confidence for your confrontation. Imagine a force field of protection around you. Increase the size of your dream body, whatever gives you the feeling of power and safety that you need. Go get 'em. Writing the next chapter. Ever had a recurring nightmare? This exercise involves imagining yourself finishing that persistent dream with a different ending. Eventually, this practice will filter into your dreams, and the next time you have a nightmare, you'll become lucid without even trying. While awake, think back to a nightmare you had and imagine yourself back in the present moment of that dream. Sit quietly and replay the nightmare in your mind once or twice in the way it actually occurred. Ever had a recurring nightmare? This exercise involves imagining yourself finishing that persistent dream with a different ending. Eventually, this practice will filter into your dreams, and the next time you have a nightmare, you'll become lucid without even trying. While awake, think back to a nightmare you had and imagine yourself back in the present moment of that dream. Sit quietly and replay the nightmare in your mind once or twice in the way it actually occurred. Now replay it a third time, but this time picture yourself becoming aware that you're dreaming. Imagine the realization suddenly dawning on you in the middle of your nightmare. I'm dreaming. Picture yourself calmly facing the source of your fear, asking what it represents. Project love and acceptance to the dark figure in front of you. It is you, so why wouldn't you love it? Dialogue with the nightmare. Sometimes diffusing a nightmare requires no dialogue at all. Simply face your foe head on. That could be all the treatment you need. But be curious. Here's your chance to reveal some really interesting stuff about yourself. Ask your nightmarish demon questions like, why are you chasing me? What do you want? Who are you? Why am I in this situation? How can I help you? What do you represent? What do you have to teach me? The Greeks believed that some dreams foretold the future. After a bad dream, they would purify themselves by bathing in cold water, telling their dream to the sun, and even performing sacrifices to protect deities. Protective deities. The dark figure prowls behind you, tense and brooding. It's been on your tail for weeks. It pounces forward, a throaty howl, and retreats back into the shadows, watching and waiting. When we are plagued by inner turmoil, we feel weakened, blocked, and outright crappy. Our minds get stuck in a continual funk of imbalance. Even though it's just a dream, a nightmare can affect your entire life. Your relationships, your career, and your own emotional and physical health become threatened. Use nightmares as a signpost that something needs your care and attention. This journey isn't just fun and games. Facing your nightmare may be a challenge, but this leg of the adventure will lead toward a happier and more integrated you. Summary. Use your nightmares as triggers for lucidity and get to the bottom of what is plaguing you. The ultimate goal of the ghastly figure is not to hurt you. It wants to communicate a message and to gain your acceptance. Like a little kid acting out, it just wants to be heard. Ask your nightmare questions and bring to light the repressed demons of your subconscious. Wave your white flag and surrender to the conflict. You will become paradoxically strong. Instead of aggression, face your pursuer with love and humility. The effects of healing a nightmare while it's taking place will carry over into your waking life and enrich you with new energy. I hope you have sweet, lucid dreams. Good night.